This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live at Joplin, Missouri, Missouri Christian School Athletic Association State Championship. Doing a sound check. And it looks like sound is good. Welcome to the 2026 State Championship for Missouri Christian School Athletic Association. And this first round is Polk County Christian School being hosted by Fort Scott Christian Heights. Fort Scott Christian Heights is the Crusaders. Polk County Christian School is the Knights. Girls are on the court currently doing their warm-ups. I do not have a roster for the Crusaders team. They've got nice large jersey numbers on their jerseys, so that'll be easy to refer to them. Looks like they may have good sized numbers on the front of the jerseys as well, so I may be able to see them both directions regardless of which direction they're facing. And we're going to go through the roster for the Polk County Christian School girls here momentarily. All right, so the girls roster, starting with the juniors, the oldest players on the team. Ariana Larimer, number 13. And they've still got their warm-ups on, so you won't be able to see the numbers for everybody. But you'll see them soon enough. Ariana Larimer, number 13. Junior, Destiny Larimer, number 21. And then we have, I don't think we've got any sophomores. We've got freshman Aaliyah Presley, number 23. And Caitlin Sandage, number 00. And then we go to, looks like 7th graders, Peyton Gray, number 15. Olivia Walker, number 33. 6th graders, Rylan Hood, number 7. I don't see Rylan here. There she is. She's on the court. Okay. And number 9, Hope Freilich. And number 22, Autumn Freilich. And I think, nope, I missed Nora Everson. Apologies for that. Nora is a 9th grader. She's a freshman with Pccs as well. And I think I may have missed number 1, Hannah Hale, also. And I think that rounds out the full roster for the Polk County Christian School Knights. A shout out real quick to the coaching staff. You'll see Chad Burton on the far side of the court over there. Let me check my screen. Yep. All right, Coach Chad Burton on the far side of the court in the white shirt, talking to, I think, the Crusaders coach in the red. And Chad is our athletic director and head coach for basketball. He's being assisted by assistant coach Brian Gray in the green jersey right there on the midcourt line. Brian, you'll see during the game, is also running an iPad at the venue, and that iPad will feed our score live play-by-play action to the Game Changer app. So if you're at home and you're not able to watch this for some reason, or any of our other games, and you want to watch the live action online on the Game Changer app, just install Game Changer on Android or iPhone. And once you've got Game Changer installed, search for PCCS. That's for Polk County Christian School, also for promoting Christianity and compassionate school. Search for PCCS and then add yourself to PCCS as a player, family, or spectator or fan, and then you'll be able to follow along live. And of course, a quick shout out to our volunteers from PCCS. I think we've got Nancy Sandage running the score table today. And it looks like the team captains are up for the coin toss. Destiny Larimer, Ariana Larimer, with the refs, and the team captains from the Crusaders. And folks, our schedule for this tournament is, there we go. Today's game, 9 o'clock at New Heights on Court 1. Yeah. And tomorrow's game will be 9 o'clock at Ozarks Christian College, Polk County Christian School versus Show Me Angels. And then Saturday's game, the final game of the tournament for the girls' teams, will be February 28th at 10 a.m. Joplin South Middle School, Polk County Christian School hosting Eagle Ridge Eagles. The current record for the Polk County Christian School Knights for the season is 14-1. And the Polk County Christian School high school girls team will be defending their last two championship titles from 24 and 25 at this tournament. And they're hoping for a three-peat. But I'll be honest with you folks, we've seen most of these teams this year, and they are up for some stiff competition this year. So it's going to be tough. They can't just walk in and assume they've got it won. These girls are going to have to bring it and play it today, because it is not a foregone conclusion. We've lost some players from last year. We've added some new talent. We've added some good talent, but we've also lost some good talent. So it's absolutely up in the air, and it's anybody's game this weekend. All right, we are going to run an on-screen scoreboard. Let me reset that to 0 for everybody. I was testing that before we went live, and there we go. Everybody's reset back to 0. So we're going to run that scoreboard on screen, and we're going to run the clock on screen. I've got a second camera pointing at the clock, so that's the actual camera in the venue that you see up here on the wall. I've got a camera pointed at that and zoomed in. If something fails with that, we'll just turn it off. We've had some struggles with doing that this season. Hopefully it'll work for the weekend for the tournaments. And of course, appreciate the refs being here. And yes, that is Nancy Sandage on the score table running the scoreboard. And I believe the Crusaders have provided a volunteer to run official stats for the game. And then the Knights have somebody on our side running stats for the Knights. That's oftentimes going to be either Heather Hale or Vanessa Gray. I don't see Vanessa, but I'm guessing one of those two's running stats for the Knights. All right, and we're just under 2 minutes from tip-off. Thank you for watching PCCS TV. I'd like to give a quick shout out and ask you to please consider subscribing to PCCS, youtube.com/@PCCS. If you click on subscribe, you'll be notified of future content when we go live or when we upload content. And you can see some of our sports events, chapel, drama, student-created content. And my apologies, I just now realized that graphic, when AI created that for me, instead of spelling sports, they put something different on one of those 4 images. And so I'll fix that, but it won't be today. All right. Folks, thank you for tuning in to PCCS TV. Players are on the court for a moment of prayer. All right, Caitlin Sandage will be doing the tip-off for the Knights. The starting lineup, Destiny Larimer, Ariana Larimer, Hannah Hale, Caitlin Sandage, and Peyton Gray. And number 23 doing the tip-off for the Crusaders. And the tip is up. It's a game. 23 gets the tip over to 5. 5 back to 15. 15 bringing it across. Setting up an offense. Down to 23 in the near corner. 23 driving along the baseline. Bounce pass. It's over to Ariana. Ariana picked it up at the whistle on a different court. I thought that was us. Destiny. Putting up a layup after a fast break. Missed the shot. And ref says holding. I think on 21, Destiny. Yep, looked like Destiny with a holding. I struggle to see the signals the ref is sending into the table. 15 bringing the ball in for the Crusaders. Gives it to 23, trying to trap her into the corner. She gets through it, and Peyton forcing a steal. Gets it over to Ariana and traveled, trying to get the ball passed off. I get that. It was a good call. Folks, I say this pretty much every game. I don't know the rules, so you'll never hear me question the refs. But I thought that was the call. And Crusaders bringing the ball in. 15 over to 24. 24 going to the far sideline. Destiny. Sandage getting the ball, putting it up. Missed the shot. 15 gets the rebound and blocking on the Knights. I think that's on Peyton Gray. All right. Crusaders, number 15 into 23. Peyton's right there, and the Crusaders loose ball. 15 picks it up, gives it to 5, who's open. Only had one defender, and Destiny steals the ball. She's making a break, passes it over, and that's 24 with a beautiful steal there for the Crusaders, making a fast break. And I think that's a third foul for the Knights, folks. Yeah. Crusaders going to the free throw line. Boy, the Knights are going to have to watch that. They get into foul trouble to put these Crusaders into a bonus, and that's going to put a hurt on them, especially this early in the game. All right, 24 at the free throw line, shooting for 2. First free throw is a miss. Score still 0-0. Thank you for tuning in to PCCS TV. Second free throw is up, and it's a miss. And Hannah Hale gets the rebound, passing it down court to Destiny. Straight down to the basket, passes it over to Peyton Gray, putting it up for 2. So the Knights are first on the board, 2-0. And I think that was a block on Destiny, I believe. We'll see what the ref says. Okay, 23 bringing the ball down. Bringing it around to the near side and a long effort. It was a miss, and Destiny with a rebound, bringing it down, passing it over to Ariana. Ariana puts shot up and draws a foul. I think that's the Crusaders' first foul. Knights have 4 fouls. Crusaders going to have 1. Ariana's going to the free throw line shooting for 2. That's the 4th foul for the Knights, folks. That has me concerned. Ariana's first free throw. It's off the rim and no good. Second free throw. That one's in. It's 3-0. 23 bringing the ball down for the Crusaders. Driving down to the near side. Stepping back out to the corner. Passing it up top. Destiny with a steal. It's a good clean steal, and she's open. Bounce pass to Sandage. And can't get the shot off in time. Gives it up top to Hale. Over to Peyton Gray. Gray to Sandage again. Sandage going for three, and it's over the rim. Gray chasing it down, and there's a push. Not sure who that's on. I couldn't see the signals from the ref. It looks like Knights ball, so it had to be on the Crusaders. That's their second foul. Fortunately, the Knights are still at 4 fouls. Ariana bringing the ball in for the Knights. She's going to bring it into Hale, and Hale puts it up, missed the shot, and I think the travel. Yep, that was number 5 trying to make that fast break, and a short travel. Good effort. Ariana Larimer bringing the ball in on the near sideline. Into Destiny up top. Destiny's going to slow it up. Down to the far side to Gray. Gray up top to Hale. Hale back to Sandage. Sandage stepping in, putting up a 2-point effort, and it's a miss. And Sandage gets the rebound. She puts it across court to Gray. Gray going for 2. That's a miss. And the ball is, I think that was on green 13, I think the ref said. That's 5 fouls for the Knights. And so the Crusaders are bringing the ball in 15 into 23. 5 minutes, 32 seconds left. 23 bringing the ball across. And, yep, the score table just reminded the refs that we're at 5 fouls. And so I think the Crusaders going to the free throw line. Yep, that's correct. Crusaders getting 2 shots. That was number 15 that drew the foul, so she's on the free throw line. First shot is good. Crusaders on the board. 3-1. Knights leading by 2. Crusaders trying to close that gap a little bit more. 15 with a good deep breath for both shots. And missed on the second one. Sandage gets the ball, gives it over to Ariana to bring it across. Ariana down to Gray on the far side. She's putting up a 3-point effort. It's across the rim. Sandage clears the board. She's stepping out, and she's putting it up top to Hale. Hale over to Gray. No, Destiny. Destiny jump shot inside and good for 2. So it is 5-1 as 23 brings the ball back across. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. 23 down to 15. 15 out to 5. Going for a 3-point effort. And holy smokes, folks. That was a good look at 3-point shot for the Crusaders. And the scoreboard, there we go. Scoreboard updated, so it's 5-4. Over to Gray on the far side. Gray inside to Ariana. Ariana put it up for 2. So it's 7-4. 23 bringing the ball back down for the Crusaders. That was a late crowd roar for that 3-point. 23 swinging it to the far side. She's bringing it back up top. Bounce pass to 5. Down to 24 in the corner. Back up top to 5. Cross to the top to 23. Down to 1. And it's out of bounds. Tipped out, I think, by Ariana. So it's green ball. 23 is bringing the ball in for the Crusaders. 23 into 15. Peyton Gray with a steal. Peyton up to Caitlin Sandage. Sandage bounce pass. Ariana stolen by 23. .15 bringing the ball across. Down the near side. Putting it up top to 5. Across to 24. And tipped out. 24 keeps it inbounds, gives it to 23. She's putting it across to number 1. Number 1 up to 5, almost tipped out by Destiny. Over to 24, down to 15. I think 15 putting up a 3-point effort, missed that. Sandage clearing the ball and gives it to Destiny for an easy layup. Destiny missed the shot. Boy, these Knights are going to have to start hitting those baskets. 23 gets a rebound. She brings it across and drive it down to the paint. Goes to put the shot up. Doesn't get it up. 24 ends up with the ball. Put it up. Missed it. And went to put it up. Sorry. Ariana brought it down. Gave it to Destiny. It's across the rim for a three-point effort. The ball's on the floor. And Sandage and 15 on the ball. It's a jump ball. And possession goes to, I think, Knights. Yep, Ariana's out to bring the ball in. Aaliyah Presley subbing in for Destiny. Ariana bringing the ball in for the Knights over to Sandage. Sandage up for an easy two-point layup. So it is 9-4. And timeout. Ref says 30-second timeout. And I missed who the timeout was on. Folks, exciting action in Joplin, Missouri at New Heights. We're on court 2, and this is game 1, round 1 of the Polk County Christian School versus Fort Scott Christian Heights Crusaders in the Missouri Christian School Athletic Association State Championship Tournament. This weekend rounds up the basketball season for Christian schools in Missouri. All right, looks like white ball on the baseline. 15 brings the ball into 23. 23 bringing the ball across. Setting up an offense. And over to 15. 15 drive it down to the corner. She's trapped in the corner, and the ball's out of bounds off of Green. .23 brings the ball in. Long pass up top. And over to 24. Backcourt violation on that inbounds. They touched it on one side of the court and let it come across the center court line, so it's going to be Knights ball. Ariana bringing the ball in. Gives it to Gray. Gray over to Hale. Hale back to Ariana. Ariana cross court to Gray. Gray putting it up for a long two. And Presley with a rebound and a putback. Missed that. And out on Green. It's still 9-4. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left in the first quarter. 15 bringing the ball across. Driving down the far side, taking the screen, passing it over to 5, and it's out of bounds off of White. She was trying to save the ball. Good effort. So it's Knights ball. Ariana bringing the ball in. Gives it over to Gray. Gray bringing it across. Gray over to Hale. Hale down to Gray in the corner. Turns around, puts the shot up, and that's a three-point effort. Good shot for Peyton Gray. Oh, I put that on the wrong side. Ref said 2, and I put that on the wrong scoreboard. So let me fix that real quick. That was a 2-point effort for the Knights. Ariana with a steal there. Driving down, and I think she was fouled during the shot. I can't see the number the ref is showing, but it is a foul on the Knights. So Ariana's at the free throw line. She's going to shoot for 2. And the scoreboard in the venue says 4-11. I need to fix. There's another shot. That first free throw was good. There we go. It's 4-12 now. When I put that three-pointer on for the wrong team, I had to reset my scoreboard to match the one in the venue. Second free throw, good for the Knights. It's 13-4 as 24 bringing the ball across. Down to 5. 5 trying to bounce pass down to the corner. Gets it down to 1. 1 up to 5, back to 15. 15 down to 24 on the near side, going for 3. Missed it, and Crusaders keep it, get it to 15 for another three-point effort. Nora Everson there on the rebound, passing it up to Gray to bring it across. And Gray over to Hale. Hale faking a 3 over to Gray. Gray Over to Hale in the corner. She's turning around, putting up a three-point effort. She'll get that dialed in shortly, folks. 24 gets a rebound on the missed shot. She's making a fast break all the way down to the paint. Puts shot up, missed it. Aaliyah Presley trying to get that rebound, but the Crusaders take it, get it to 15, putting up a three-point effort. Missed that. They tip it out. It goes to Gray, and she's open, making that fast break. Puts it across to Ariana. Ariana puts the shot up, and that's a miss. And jump ball between Peyton Gray and Crusaders number 15. Possession goes to White. 24 bringing the ball in for the Crusaders. Over to 15. 15 bringing the ball across. 36 seconds left. Over to 5, down to 1. Back up top to 5, up to the 24, back to 5. 15 in the corner, going for a two-point effort. That's a miss, and Ariana clears the board, making that fast break. She's driving all the way down to the paint, puts up a two-point layup, missed it. Got her own rebound, and there's a foul. And it's, well, a whistle. Not a foul. It's white ball. 24 bringing the ball in. Over to 15. 15's bringing it across. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. 15 swinging around, putting the shot up, and it's no good. 1 going for the putback. It's blocked. Another putback, and Presley clearing the ball off the board. Gives it to Sandage, driving straight down, putting the shot up, and that's good for 2. So it is 15-4 as we end the first quarter, folks. All right, we come back from a 1-minute break between quarters. Exciting action. Took a little bit for the Knights to get their feet under them. I think it's jitters for the start of the tournament. A little nervous. They're really wanting that three-peat. But the Crusaders are in it. They did a really good job in the first quarter of not using all their fouls. And so that gave them an advantage in that first quarter with getting a bonus free throw. All right, folks, Knights are back out on the court. We've got Sandage, Ariana, Nora Everson, Aaliyah Presley, and Peyton Gray coming out for second quarter action. It's going to be a great weekend. Well, congratulations. And possession goes to Knights. Ariana bringing the ball in. Over to Hale. Over to Gray. Gray over to Sandage. Sandage inside to Everson on the elbow. Turns around, puts shot up, missed it, and Crusaders try to tip it in, but it's out of bounds. And possession goes to Green. Ariana bringing the ball in for the Knights. Passing it in to Sandage under the basket. Missed the shot, gets her own rebound. She steps out, puts it across up top to Gray. Gray with a beautiful three-point shot. Put that on the right board this time. And so the score is 18-4. 15 over to 5. 5 up top to 1. 1 up to 15. 15 back to 24 in the corner. Driving along the baseline, and she's getting trapped and holding. I think that's going to be on Green. (15) bringing the ball in for the Crusaders. Up top to 24, back down to 15 in the corner, going up for an instant three-point effort, and it's off the backboard. Ball's out of bounds, and Ariana bringing the ball in for the Knights, 18-4. Gray bringing the ball across. Gray down to Sandage. Sandage up top to Ariana. Oh, missed the pass. And 10 grabs the loose ball for the Crusaders. Gives it to 5. and 5. Puts it back out to 15. 15 intended across for another Crusader, and Sandage with a steal, and there's a whistle. I missed who that was on. Looks like that was on the Crusaders, so it's 1 foul for each team. Ariana brings it into Gray. Gray over to Ariana. Ariana down to Gray in the corner. Gray up top to Ariana, putting it up for 2. It's off the rim, and Crusaders chasing down the loose ball. 15 making a fast break, and there's a whistle. I missed the whistle. Apparently a ref called jump ball, and I missed it. 24 brings the ball into 15. 15 bringing the ball across. She's down to 5. 5 down to 1 in the corner. 1 bringing it back up. Bounce pass back to 5. And 5 back to 1 on the far side. 1 coming across the top. Bounce pass back to 5. Down to 15. No shot. And up to 5. 5 passing it to 24, and Sandage with a beautiful steal, folks. That is a PCCS highlight reel right there. So it's 20-4. And I missed that scoreboard change. There we go. I was hitting the highlight button. Okay, Crusaders put up a 2-point effort, and no good, and the ball's out of bounds off a toe, so it's Knight's ball. Scores 20-4. And Hannah Hale subbing in for Ariana, giving Ariana a breather after a great game so far. Hale brings it into Gray. Gray bringing it across, down to Presley on the elbow, and turns around. Crusaders try to steal it. Presley keeps it. Sandage put it up. Presley going for the putback, and the Crusaders on the missed shot. 15 bringing the ball back down. 15 cross court to 24, putting it up for a long 2. It's no good, and Gray chasing it down in the corner. She's going to dribble down, passing it down to an open Sandage, puts it up for an easy layup. Gray going for the putback, and that's good for 2. Scores 22-4. 15 bringing the ball back across. Down to 24 on the near side. 24 up to 5 up top, back to 24, down to 15 in the corner. 15 driving along the baseline, the ball's out of bounds. I think it's out off green. Destiny Larimer subbing back in for Nora Everson. White bringing the ball in, 15, bringing it in for the Crusaders. Up top to 5, I believe, with a 3-point effort, missed the shot, and jump ball on the missed rebound there. Possession goes to Knights. Sandage bringing the ball in for the Knights. Gives it over to Destiny. Destiny bringing the ball back across. Over to Gray on the far side. Gray driving down to the corner, gives it to Destiny, provides a screen for a 3-point effort, close. And there goes Sandage with a putback, and that's good for 2. Folks, love to see that. That was a good shot for Destiny, but a great shot for Sandage getting it in. 24 bringing the ball back across, up top to 5. 5's going to drive it to the center. She's bringing it back across to 24, over to 15. 15 on the far side, driving into the elbow. She's going to work it back out, didn't like what she saw. Setting up an offense, taking the screen, coming down the near side, down to the baseline, taking that screen, going along the baseline, met with Sandage, and Sandage chasing the missed shot down. She's going to give the ball over to Gray to bring it back. Gray down to Destiny in the corner. Destiny stepping in for a 2-point effort. That's a miss. And number 1 picking the ball up, gives it to 5 to bring it across. 5 passing the ball over to 15. 15 down to 24. 24 puts up a 3-point effort, miss. And Sandage trying to save the out of bounds, but it's out, and white ball. 15 bringing the ball in for the Crusaders. passes it way up top to 24. 24 putting up a long 2-point effort. It's off the inside of the rim. Destiny tipping the ball down court, and Crusaders keep it on their side of the court. Over to 15. 15 driving into the elbow. Ball's on the floor, and Presley picks it up, gives it to Destiny. Destiny bringing it across, gives it to Gray. Gray puts up an easy layup. Oh, missed that. It came across the rim. Good effort and jump ball. Number 10 and Peyton Gray on that jump ball. Ariana queuing up to sub in for Peyton Gray on the Knights, and Nora Everson queuing up to sub in for Presley. Crusaders ball, 3 minutes, 21 seconds left in the first half. 24 brings the ball into 5. 5 bringing it across. 5 over to 15. 15 down to 1 in the corner. No shot. She's stepping between the defenders. Passes it to 15. 15 going for a long 2. Missed that, and Everson tipped it out to Destiny. Destiny was about to pass to her sister, Ariana. Beautiful 2-point layup from Ariana. So it's 26-4. My scoreboard did not take yet. There we go. And Crusaders, well, my scoreboard took twice. All right, timeout on Crusaders, I believe. I'm fixing my scoreboard because the venue scoreboard says 26-4, which I believe is correct. I had hit +2 on mine, and it looked like it didn't take, so I hit it again, and suddenly there was +4. All right, folks, exciting action for the first game, starting out the state championship tournament. Polk County Christian School Knights in green, being hosted by Fort Scott Christian Heights Crusaders. It's still anybody's game. Polk County Christian School. All right, Crusaders are back out on the court, folks. Everybody is playing hard. It's Crusaders ball. Number 15 bringing the ball in for the Crusaders. She's going to pass it up to 24. 24 bringing it across. Taking the screen, going to the far side. Back up to 5. 5 over to 15. Down to 1 in the corner. Back out to 15. And no screen. She passed it inside to 1. Puts it up. Missed the shot. And number 1 gets a rebound. Missed that. And number 5 ends up with that ball. Gives it to 24. Swinging it back up top. Coming around to the far side. And up to 15. 15 trying to drive down into the paint. Puts it out to 5. 5 down to 24 on the far corner. Going for a 3-point effort. And missed the shot. Sandage clears the board. Making the fast break. Bringing it down. Puts it up to Hale for a 3-point effort. Close. But Sandage gets the rebound. Clears the board on that. Puts it back up. And draws a foul. Caitlin Sandage going to the free throw line. I think that's her first time on the free throw line this game. 26-4 at the moment. 2 fouls for each team currently. Sandage, first free throw close, but it's a miss. She's got a pretty good free throw percentage, so surprised to see her miss that. All right. Autumn Freilich subbing in for Destiny. Autumn's wearing number 22. Sandage, second free throw. That one is good. Oh, ref says line violation, so that did not count. And Crusaders, number 15, bringing the ball in. Score still 26-4. 24, passing it down to 5. 5 swinging it up top. And that's a block from Autumn, number 22. This is Autumn's first appearance at the state championship, so excited to see her here. Happy to have her on the team. Okay, Crusaders 15 brings it into 24. 24 down to 1, and it's tipped out of bounds. Caitlin Sandage trying to steal the ball. Good effort there. So it'll be Crusaders bringing the ball in from the sideline. Into 24, and 24 back to 15. 15 back up to 24. She's swinging it up top, taking the screen, going around the other side, meets Ariana, ends up on the floor, and the ref says whistle on, I think, Ariana maybe? I think the signal was 13. Yep. So that's 3 fouls for the Knights. Ball's into 24, down to 5. Up to 24 up top again, putting it up for 2. Missed that, and Ariana tipping it out to Autumn. Autumn and one of the Crusaders on the free throw there. 1:37 seconds left in the first half. Ariana brings the ball into Hale. Hale bringing the ball across for the Knights. Setting up an offense. Down to Sandage in the far corner. Driving along the baseline, drawing a foul. I think that was before any shot, so looks like it's just going to be Knights bringing the ball in. Ariana bringing the ball in. Sending it up to Autumn. Little tall on the pass there for Autumn. I don't think there was any way she could reach that. And so it's going to be Crusaders ball, 15, with 1:21 seconds left in the first half. 15 brings it into 5. 5 brings it across, passing it over to 24. Little tall for 24, and Ariana picks up the loose ball, and it's out of bounds, I think off of Green. I'm not sure, though. We'll see what the ref says. Oh, one ref says foul. So it's Green bringing the ball in. Ariana passes it into Hale. Hale bringing the ball down. Hale over to Sandage on the near side. Into Everson on the elbow. Everson backing up, passing it over, intended for Autumn, but number 10 with a steal gives it to 15, making the fast break. Driving down into the paint, putting the shot up. It's out of bounds, tipped out off Green. As Hope Freilich and Rylan Hood subbing in for Autumn and Ariana. Hope, number 9. Rylan Hood, number 7. Okay, Crusaders bring the ball in. 5 down to 1 in the near corner. Back up to 5 up top. Inside to 15. No shot, bounce pass out to 15. She's swinging it back up top, coming around the top. Stop it for a three-point effort. Folks, that was a good clear shot, but it was out. Number 10 with a rebound, and she went to put the shot up and landed before she could get the shot off, so that's a travel. And it's Sandage bringing the ball in for the Knights. Gives it over to Hale. .26 seconds left on the clock. Hale over to Hood. Hood back up to Hale. Hale cross court to Sandage. Sandage stepping in, putting it up for 2. Look at that swish. Beautiful shot. So it's 28-4. Waiting for my scoreboard to update. We'll see if it does. Just know that the venue scoreboard says 28-4. Yep, there we go. Mine was a little slow, but it did update. And that's the buzzer, folks. That's the end of the second quarter. So we're going into halftime. It'll be an 8-minute break for halftime. So while we're on a halftime break, we'll give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors for Polk County Christian School. And these are people who have regularly sponsored our Polk County Christian School annual auction fundraiser. And they are KYOO AM/FM, Need More Vacations, Shell and Hammer Construction, Womack Monuments, Bill Roberts Chevrolet, Edward Jones, Mid-Missouri Bank, Shelter Insurance, Stewart's Custom Designs, Wild Man Plumbing, Douglas, Hahn, and Heidemann, Etch Salon, First Baptist Church, Hogan Farms, Motor Monkeys, Oak Star Bank, Parton Real Estate, Pitts Chapel, Polk County Crop Services, State Farm Insurance, Bryant Chastain, agent, State Farm Insurance, Gianna Andrews, agent, All Creatures Animal Clinic, Bank of Missouri, Bolivar Ready Mix, Creator Designs, Creator Delights, Garrettson's Trash Service, and Hubbard Realty. And folks, that's not our comprehensive list, but that's a pretty good list of sponsors that have contributed to Polk County Christian School's annual auction fundraiser, which, by the way, comes up next weekend on March 7th, I believe it is. And so we'd love to have you join us out there. It includes a catered dinner. It is a ticket event, so you have to purchase a ticket to attend. But there's 2 tickets, one without the dinner and one with the dinner. Catered dinner by CMH, Citizens Memorial Hospital in Bolivar. And if you have not had their catered dinners, that's pretty good. And I understand their buffet is pretty good on Sundays. They set up a Sunday buffet every week. Except for, I think they're going to be closed for an upcoming Sunday soon because they're transitioning to their new wing of the building that they're finishing now. And so they're going to cater the event next weekend. That's always good food. Love to see you there supporting Polk County Christian School. And there's always good stuff at the auction to bid on, from weekend events, weekend getaways, golfing packages, oftentimes some really good furniture, and a lot of good combo baskets and some great baked goods. But there's really some great high-ticket items there, entire weekend getaways, and sometimes there's even ball games for the Royals or Cardinals, or I don't know if we've ever had Chiefs. I don't remember if we've had Chiefs events in the past or not, but there's always some pro sports events and some minor league sports events usually. So feel free to call out to Polk County Christian School at 417-777-2330 and ask about ticket information for the auction on March 7th. All right, you're watching PCCS TV. We're at the Missouri Christian School Athletic Association State Championship, and this is the first game for this weekend's championship, February 26, 27, 28 for 2026's state title. And this is the Polk County Christian School Knights versus Fort Scott Christian Heights Crusaders. And like I said, this is round 1. And we're 4 minutes and 14 seconds left from second half action. Coach Burton on the sidelines giving some corrective suggestions to the team. I know the score's 28-4, but I'll be honest with you, the Knights came out with several fouls at the start of this game, and they're going to have to fix that. And I'm sure that Coach Burton is on board with doing that, but I'm sure he's got some great suggestions for them, some great coaching advice. He's usually makes some pretty good adjustments during halftime, sees what the other team is doing. This is our second meeting with the Crusaders this year, and so I'm sure that they have adjusted their play based on the last time they met this team earlier this season. We traveled to Fort Scott and played them. Appreciate all the parents and fans that have traveled to Joplin for the tournament this weekend. Several families and spectators are here to spend the weekend, and I think some of them may be traveling back and forth, but appreciate everybody that is here in support of the players and the school in general. I see several of the boys, and speaking of the boys play this afternoon, and the boys, well, that's the girls. I'll have to fix that. I had a graphic there for the boys' schedule, but that's not the one that came up. So the boys are here as well this weekend. And high school boys are playing this afternoon. I believe that's at 5 o'clock. Let me look. I've got another document here that has that schedule information on it for sure. Boys game is PCCS Knights versus Eagle Ridge Christian School Eagles out of Cape Girardeau at Joplin North Middle School, Court 1. And I don't have the time on that, but I am pretty sure that that's 5 o'clock. And we should be live for that as long as there is Wi-Fi at that venue. I've never been to that venue before, so I don't know if there's Wi-Fi there. As soon as this game is over, I'm actually going to make a trip over there and check for public Wi-Fi. If there's not, then I'll see if there's a protected Wi-Fi that we'll be able to get to. Yes, that is a 5 o'clock game, and we should be there in time to set up early and be ready to live stream. But like I say, if there's no Wi-Fi, then as usual, our practice is if there's no Wi-Fi at the venue, then we will record the game and we'll upload it later. And so if we end up having to do that, if there's no Wi-Fi and we record the game, then we'll just set that to upload to YouTube tonight while everybody's sleeping, and we'll make it public tomorrow morning. Or if it's done tonight, at the hotel, we may have pretty good Wi-Fi there, so it may be done fairly quickly. We'll just make it public as soon as it becomes available. Shout out to the ref walking this way. She is a great-grandmother. That was part of our conversation earlier between the first and second quarters. Probably the only great-grandmother that's refereeing at this tournament and running back and forth on the court. And folks, shout out to her. I would love to be in that kind of shape when I am a great-grandparent. In fact, I just hope to be a great-grandparent someday. Appreciate the refs being here and being professional and supporting these players. All right, let me get my camera back. There we go. All right, third quarter action. Crusaders 23 brings the ball into 15. 15 bringing it down. Crusaders going to the left now, back up top to 23. 23 driving to the far side. And Destiny with a steal, making that fast break, puts a shot up, and that's a miss. Good steal. And ball's out of bounds off of White. Ariana bringing the ball in for the Knights. She's passing it in to, Sandage. Sandage turns around, puts up a beautiful layup for two. So right off the bat, it is 30-4. And Crusaders bringing the ball back across, 5 up to 23 up top. She's going to swing it around the far side. Nope, she's going to put up a three-point effort. Oh, I thought that was in. Gray clearing the board. 15 stole the ball right out of her hands. Missed the shot, and Crusaders chasing it down. And I can't see who picked it up. That was 15 picking it up. 23 getting it and putting it up for two. Missed the shot, and Hale gets the ball. She's going to bring it across for the Knights. It's still 30-4, but not for lack of effort on the Crusaders' part. Destiny gets the ball from Hale, stepping in, puts it across to Gray. Gray putting it up for three, and it's over the rim. And Sandage chased it down. It's out of bounds off of Sandage. Good effort. She tried passing it back in behind her back, and it hit the wall. All right, 15 brings the ball in for the Crusaders over to 23. 23 bringing the ball across. She puts it over to, intended into 15. She tipped it up at Sandage. Picked up the loose ball, gives it to Gray. Gray stepping in, puts it over to Destiny. Destiny driving along the baseline, puts it out Sandage up for two, and it's good for a basket. So it is 32-4. 23 bringing the ball across for the Crusaders. She's going for a three-point effort, and that was in, folks. That's a beautiful shot for the Crusaders. Three-point shot. It is 32-7. If they keep that up, they'll close that gap quickly, folks. Hale with a three-point effort. It's out on white, I think. Yep, the ref says out on white. Green ball. 32-7. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Ariana's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. And she's going to pass it into Sandage on the near side. Steps in for a two-point effort. Beautiful play, folks. Looked like they practiced that. 34-7 as 23 brings the ball across. .23 taking the screen, going down the far side, coming down to the baseline, trying to put the shot up, and draws a foul. That was on Sandage. First foul of the second half. So it's white ball. .15 bringing the ball in. She's going to put it over to 23 in the corner. Driving along the baseline. No shot. Puts it back up top to 5. Going for a three-point effort. Missed that. 24 with the rebound. Puts it up, and it's good for 2, folks. Crusaders came out of the halftime, and they're fired up and want to play. Destiny bringing the ball across for the Knights. Over to Gray on the far side. Gray down to Sanders. Stepping out for a three-point effort, and that's a swish. A beautiful three-point shot for Caitlin Sandage. 23 are bringing the ball down for the Crusaders. 37-9 on the venue scoreboard here. 23 taking the screen down the far side. Going down to the corner, passing it inside to 15. She turns around, puts shot up. No good. Ariana with a rebound and tries to get out of the defenders, but the Crusaders end up with it. 23's got the ball. She's stepping around and travel, I think. Yep, ref said travel. I wasn't sure about that. I thought it might have been. Folks, I say it every game. I don't know the rules, and I barely know the signals. So I can't argue or be sure of anything that happens. I have to go with what the ref says. Destiny, tall pass over to Hale. She gets it. Back up to Destiny, and it's tipped out during the pass. Green ball on the sideline over here. And Ariana's bringing the ball in for the Knights. She's passing it in to Peyton Gray inside by herself. Puts it up, missed that shot, but Ariana gets the rebound, puts it out to Sandage. Sandage going up for 2. Oh, it's across the rim. 23 clears the rebound, make it a fast break. She gets down and puts a shot up, missed it. Ariana with that rebound, gives it out, trying to give it out to Destiny and gets fouled. I think by 23. So that's one foul for each team. Ariana brings it into Destiny. Destiny bringing it down. Destiny over to Hale on the far side. Hale down to Ariana in the corner going for a three-point effort. It's over the rim. And Sandage tips it out, but 24 gets it. 24 making that fast break, driving straight down and putting the shot up, drawing a foul from maybe Destiny. I couldn't see the numbers the ref was throwing. I know Destiny was in there with somebody else on that, and they were both reaching. So 24 going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. So that's 2 fouls for the Knights. 3 minutes, 53 seconds left in the third quarter. And her first free throw is up and no good. Still 37-9. Second free throw is up, and it's good. And so it's 37-10 as number 10 subs in for 24 on the Crusaders. Ariana bringing the ball in for the Knights, gives it to Destiny. Destiny bringing it across. Driving it down, puts it out to Gray. Timeout on Coach Burton, 30-second timeout. Folks, been a good game so far. All right, Knights are back out on the court. Green ball. Ariana's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. And she's passing the ball into Sandage. Sandage under the paint and puts it up, missed it, gets a rebound and goes for her own putback and gets it in for two. And the score is now 39-10. Waiting for my scoreboard to change. The venue scoreboard says 39. There goes mine. Got a little delay with it. All right, 23 brings the ball across. She's taking the screen up top to the paint, puts it up to 15. Good three-point effort, but it's a miss, and Gray clears the rebound, gives it over to Ariana. Ariana, long pass down to Sandage. Sandage for an easy, gentle layup. Good for two, 41-10. And 15 bringing the ball back across for the Crusaders. 15 into 23 inside the paint. Stepping around, putting the shot up, missed that, and 10 with a rebound. And 15, Gray getting hands on it. So it's 10 and 15 on the jump ball. And Crusaders bringing the ball in under their own basket as Aaliyah Presley subs in for Hannah Hale. Aaliyah, number 23. As Crusaders, 15, passes the ball up top to 10. She's on the elbow, and there's a travel. Knights ball. Ariana's going to bring it in. Scores 41-10 in the venue. Folks, if I keep saying that and you see your scoreboard and say, why does he keep repeating that? It's because I'm checking the scoreboard in the venue and then looking at mine to make sure they match. Destiny over to Gray. Gray to Ariana. Ariana back to Gray in the corner, in the elbow. Gives it out to Sandage with a three-point effort, and 23 clearing the rebound. Make it a fast break. She's going to slow it up. They're trying to trap her in the corner. She's going through the defenders down to the free throw, taking it to the far side of the paint, passing it across court to 15. Driving down along the paint, putting it up top to 23, and she's spinning around, gives it to 15, stepping in for a two-point effort. Caitlin with a good rebound there. Passing it down to Destiny. Good communication. I heard the talking there. And Destiny, folks, that's a beautiful two-point shot. That's what we like to see. So it's 43-10. That was going to be a highlight reel for Destiny there. 15, driving down to the paint, puts it back out to 23. She's going to pass it over to 15, and it's out of bounds on the missed pass. Knights ball. Ariana bringing the ball in from the sidelines. Ariana and Destiny, this is their third year in a row at the state championship tournament. They were part of the winning team the last 2 years. And Ariana over to Sandage, inside to Presley. Presley going for the shot, and the Crusaders grab the ball. So it's jump ball. Ariana bringing the ball in for the Knights. She's passing it over to Sandage under the paint and puts it up, missed the shot, and I can't tell who grabbed it, but they put it out to Destiny for a three-point effort. That's a miss. 23 with a good rebound there, folks, and travel. A minute 27 seconds left in the third quarter. Destiny bringing the ball back across. Over to Presley. Presley out to Ariana for three. Missed it, and Destiny gets that rebound. She's going for a three-point effort, and, oh, close. And there's a whistle. I missed the call. Travel. Nora Everson subbing in for the Knights. She's coming in for Ariana. All right, Peyton Gray bringing the ball in for the Knights. She's putting the ball up top to Everson at the free throw line. Oh, good effort. 15 cleared the ball on the rebound on that. Puts a shot up, no good. It was blocked. Sandage with the block, and she's going to bring the ball down. Gives it to Gray to bring it across. Gray on the far side. She's swinging around, gives it to Destiny, going for three, and miss. Sandage going for the putback, and it's blocked. And jump ball, Sandage and number 1. Possession goes to Crusaders. 15 bringing the ball into 23. Knights are queuing up Ryland Hood to sub in. 23 bringing the ball across. Over to 5, turns around for a three-point effort, and Presley grabbing that rebound, and 23 knocks it out of her hands. Here's Presley with another rebound. She's going to keep possession of it. Good job for Aaliyah there, keeping possession until they foul her trying to steal the ball. Peyton Gray going to bring the ball in for the Knights as Ryland Hood subs in for Caitlin Sandage. Gray brings it into Destiny. Destiny bringing it across. Destiny over to Hood on the far side. Hood's first appearance in the state tournament, and she's passing it over to Gray on the near side. Gray inside to Everson. Everson putting the shot up. That's a miss. And whistle. Not sure who that's on. Green ball, so it had to be on the Crusaders. And that's well, I saw the score table signaling the refs, but the scoreboard says 5 fouls for the Crusaders and 2 fouls for the Knights. As Gray brings the ball in for the Knights, she's passing it over to Destiny in the corner. Instant three-point effort. It's across the rim, and Everson going for the rebound there. There's a whistle. I'm not sure what the whistle is. Timer's still going. Oh, I guess that must have been the timer at the end of the quarter because they're on fourth quarter. All right. Apparently I wasn't watching the clock close enough, so that's the timer saying that we're into the fourth quarter now. 43-10 on the venue scoreboard. Folks, it's been a good game. Appreciate you tuning into PCCS TV, whether you're here to cheer for the Knights or the Crusaders. Those Crusaders come back and start shooting those three-pointers again, we may have a problem because they could still do it. It would take a few of those for them to get it done, but they've shown they can make it happen. It's white ball on the near sideline, 24 for the Crusaders, coming over to bring the ball in. She passes it into 15. 15 bringing it across. We're in fourth quarter action now. 15 over to 32. 32, I think this may be her first time on the court for this game. Over to 5. 5, swinging down to the far corner, and she's going to pass it up to 15, putting up a three-point effort, and Presley on that rebound gives it out to Hale. Hale bringing the ball back across for the Knights. And this is not Hale's first appearance at the state championship either. She gives it over to Gray. Gray up to Everson. Everson putting up a good two-point effort from the elbow. And 15 cleared the rebound on that missed shot. She's going to bring it across for the Crusaders. Crusaders down to 5. 5-1. 1 back up to 5. And up top to 32. Missed the shot, and it's out of bounds. Green ball. Ariana Larimer bringing the ball in on the near sideline for the Knights. She's passing it in to Gray. Peyton Gray brings the ball across. Down to Ariana on the near side. She's going cross court to Hale. Hale stepping around, puts it over to Ariana. Ariana down to Gray for 3. And there goes a two-point effort and missed that. I thought it was a three-point effort. I think she was on the line. And ball's out of bounds. It's white ball. 15 passes the ball into 24 to bring it across. 24 down to 5-1 in the corner. 1 bounce pass intended for 5, and it's across the court. So mid-court line, it's a backcourt violation, and Ariana's bringing the ball in for the Knights. 6 minutes left in the regulation play. Gray over to Ariana. Ariana up to Everson on the elbow. Everson to Hale, and Hale down to Ariana on the near side, inside to Everson. And, oh, there we go. Everson with a beautiful 2-point shot, folks. Love to see that. 45-10 as 15 brings the ball back across. 15 over to 24, 24-5, back to 24, down to 15 in the corner, up top to 24 again, back to 15. Driving into the paint, puts it back out 24, going for a long 2-point shot, missed that. And Presley on that rebound gives it to Gray. Gray over to Hale to bring it across. Hale slowing it up. She's over to Ariana on the near side. Ariana going across court to Gray. It's tipped out by 5 on Crusaders and tipped way down court, trying to save the out of bounds. Good effort. Folks, that was motivation there on her part. She's wanting it. Oh, apparently the ball was actually out of bounds on the baseline, so Ariana going the full length of the court to bring it in. Gives it to Gray. Gray bringing it down, passing it over to Hale on the near side for a 3-point effort, and it's across the rim. Ariana chasing it down, and it's white ball. And looks like the Knights are doing a full team swap. We got Autumn Freilich, Hope Freilich, Rylan Hood, Caitlin Sandage, and Destiny Larimer coming in as 24 brings the ball in for the Crusaders. Gives it to 15 to bring it across. 15 over to 5 on the near side. Over to 1. 1 putting up a long 2-point shot. Sandage clearing the rebound. She sees Destiny open. Sandage taking it all the way down. Just puts a shot up like she was on the court by herself there. Love to see that. 47-10 with under 4 minutes left in the game. As Crusaders bringing it across. 15 over to the far side. Bounce pass back to 5, up top to 32. Bounce pass over to 24, stepping up for a 3-point effort. And look at that, folks. That's a beautiful 3-point swish for the Crusaders. It's 47-13. Like I said, if they start breaking those 3-pointers back out, they could absolutely close that gap in a hurry. Destiny bringing the ball across for the Knights. Down to Hood on the far side. Hood jumping to get that pass, passes it down to Sandage. Sandage stepping in, puts it out to Destiny, going for 3, and it's off the rim. Sandage chasing it down, puts it back in, and Hood picks it up, gives it back to Destiny, going for a 3 and missed that. 32 with a rebound, gives it to 24. Crusaders bringing the ball down. 24 driving straight down to the basket, puts a shot up, and 32, nope. Destiny ends up with it. Destiny making that fast break, driving all the way down, and going to put the shot up and draws a foul. And Destiny going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. And she is back up off the floor. It's 47-13 as Destiny lines up. Nora Everson and Aaliyah Presley queuing up to sub in for the Knights after the first free throw. Nope. Ref says, no, he's going to let him. All right. Destiny's first free throw is a miss. Second free throw is a miss. And Crusaders, 15, grabbing the ball. She brings it all the way across. Going down to the far corner, coming down along the baseline. She's going to pass the ball back out. And whistle. Timeout on Crusaders. I think he saw the pressure and knew that the Knights weren't going to foul in that instance, so he wanted to keep possession. I don't know the strategy, but I'm guessing that might have been the plan there, and it seems like a sound plan to me. All right, folks, after this broadcast, we're going to end this broadcast, and we'll come back live this afternoon. We hope to be live over at Joplin North Middle School with a high school boys game, first round of bracket play for the boys. They're going to be playing Eagle Ridge Christian School, Eagles, out of Cape Girardeau. making the trek all the way across the south side of Missouri. And then we will be back tomorrow morning playing, I believe, Show Me. Yes, Show Me Angels out of Lamont, Missouri, up near Sedalia. All right, Crusaders bringing the ball in. 15, passing it up, intended for 32, and Autumn Freilich chasing down the ball, puts a shot up, folks. Beautiful two-point shot, folks. Highlight reel for Autumn Freilich there. 22. This is her first time at state championship, and I think her first 2 points on the board for this weekend. Love to see that. All right, Crusaders bringing the ball back across. And they put the shot up. It's a miss, and 32, and Ryland Hood on the jump ball. Possession goes to Knights. Ryland bringing the ball in for the Knights. She's going to give the ball to Autumn. There's 1 minute and 3 seconds left. Autumn bringing the ball across for the Knights. Autumn over to Hood. Hood swinging it back up top. She's going for a 3-point effort. I think she traveled there. Yep, ref says traveled. All right, clock's still going. 24, bringing the ball across for the Crusaders. Looks like she's going to let the clock run out, folks. .24, putting it up to 42. 42 turns around, puts shot up. Presley with the rebound. Out to Everson. Everson down to Presley. And loose ball. Crusaders 32 picking that up. Over to 42. 42. Loose ball. Presley picks it up. And there's a buzzer, folks. Final score. Polk County Christian School Knights 49-13 versus Fort Scott Christian Heights Crusaders. It's been a great game, folks. Thank you so much to everybody. All right.